It's just one of those things when you have your glasses on and you're drinking hot drink. And you got your glasses fogged up. Also, when you get out the car, like, fogging material, something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope that you're doing well and having a fantastic day out there. Thank you so much for joining me day in, day out. Some of you are here every day. Some of you are here once a week. Some of you are here whenever you're here. And whenever you are here, I appreciate you stopping on by. Today, we're going to listen to Sinead O'Connor. We're moving on to the next track here, The Lion and the Cobra, 1987 debut studio album. And that's going to be Never Get Old, featuring a little something from Enya. That has me intrigued. That has me interested. I'm very excited to dive into this one, Never Get Old. I love the simplicity of the title, but the meaning and the statement behind it. You know, you always hear from older ones, never get old and, this and that. And I don't know. Not that I'm, I guess, comparatively old. I'm average aged, I suppose. Somewhere middle of the road. But can I tell you, I love the journey that is getting older, at least at this stage, and the knowledge, for myself, emotional maturity that I've grown into. Honestly, it's been really nice, and I feel like I don't want to say I'm at my peak, because I never want to be at my peak, but I feel like I'm at the highest place that I've been in my life, in many respects. So anyways, let's go ahead and listen to the song. We'll discuss it, of course, after Never Get Old.
Orthag siarda da angel at the hiu, to a hasan at the glitchy gulier. Umbra thul in the lewe, sin welfi the has in ye cluche. Satellite to an yon is a neher. You to the houses and yon og is a dragon.
There's a dragon at the end?
Like to listen to rock and roll. She moves with the music that never gets old. It's the only thing that never gets old. Young man in a place, got a hog on his arm, loves them never does no harm. It's the only thing that never can do no harm.
Deep mysticism in here.
Must be the only thing that never can do no harm. Sunset on the avenue, everyone walk by. They live their life undercover, being alive. Being blind. Orthag siarda da angel at the hiu, to a hasan at the glitchy gulier. Umbra thul in the lewe, sin welfi the has in ye cluche. Satellite to an yon is a neher. You to the houses and yon og is a dragon. Orthag siarda da angel at the hiu, to a hasan at the glitchy gulier. Umbra thul in the lewe, sin welfi the has in ye cluche. Satellite to an yon is a neher. You to the houses and yon og is a dragon. Orthag siarda da angel at the hiu, to a hasan at the glitchy gulier. Umbra thul in the lewe, sin welfi the has in ye cluche. Satellite to an yon.
and then this leads into the ever powerful Troy. Okay, Never Get Old is incredible. The build up, didn't even know that there was going to be a music explosion that was going to happen near the ending of this track for just a minute and a couple seconds afterwards. But this build up of solely her vocals, the intro there is spoken by Enya and Sinead. You can hear both of them not silhouetting. Both of them speaking on top of each other. And I like how that kind of lures us into this mystical atmosphere that the track really is focused on for most of it. You have the little breathy that acts as a little bit of a rhythm, a little bit of vocal heartbeat to the music. But then it's just Sinead singing extremely atmospherically over the top of that, and definitely reminiscent of some of the music from Enya that I know. And I love how with some of the vibrato and waverings that she brings into her voice and her vocal stylings has a distinct Eastern kind of sound to it. And I think that that is really incredible. It sounds like she's singing over dusty deserts, and you can see those windswept dunes just stretching out for as far as the eye can see. And the way that she sings that, like I said, to me, has a deep mysticism to it, a deep thought as well to it, which definitely works in play in line with the lyrics. And then, like I said, I did not expect it, but then the music, as wonderful and isolated as it is at that moment, it just explodes into something completely different. We definitely get that musical climax, which is both heavy, but still working very well in line with all the mysticism and all the sounds and atmospheres that she had built up to in that specific direction. And I like how it's just like the pressure that's being built there, and then the lid comes off. And it sounds incredible. It's just like this really steadily moving, sandstorm of music and sounds that comes in, the guitar, the bass. I love the little bit of the slide on the bass at the end. Boom, just kind of bringing it down there. Really cool. But that was a really, really unexpected twist, but a very much welcomed one. Like, let me just pull it back to it. Let's see if we can find exactly when that happened, because I wasn't paying attention when, timestamp-wise, it happened. It's close. See, and even as it explodes into that, not only does Sinead explode with it, but her vibrato and that warble still are very much present, focused on that kind of exotic sound. And just incredible how her voice, actually, you would expect maybe in some other bands and such that maybe the guitar solo would come in there and pop off this very emotional guitar solo with long sustained notes and, high highs and low lows and such. But I feel like her voice is acting like that guitar solo. That is the instrument, the main focal point of this particular track, but also of that particular moment and section as it just flies off the rails towards an incredible ending there. I think that was really, really fantastic what happened there. I think that was wonderfully done, sensationally performed. Let's look at these lyrics here. I'm pulling them up here for you. This button. All right, so here we have a spoken intro, of course, by Enya. Excuse me, I might sneeze here shortly. It's from Psalm 91:13. God commanded his angels concerning you to guard you in all his ways, or your ways. They will lift you up in your arms, or their arms, to keep you from striking your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra. There you get your title. And you will trample the great lion and the serpent. And how does this relate to the lyrics? Let's find out. Young woman with a drink in her hand. She likes to listen to rock and roll. She moves with the music because it never gets old. It's the only thing that never gets old. So perhaps this young woman is, of course, trying to hold on to her youth and realizing, it's impossible. And the music that she's listening to is the only thing that will never get old here. And I like to me, the contrast of these mystical, exotic vocal stylings from Sinead and the relatively simple lyrics that she's singing with. Just a young woman who likes rock and roll, It's kind of an interesting difference. Young man in a quiet place, got a hawk on his arm. He loves that bird, never does no harm. It's the only thing that can never do no harm. Must be the only thing that never can do no harm. Everything else can hurt, but why does the hawk on his arm not hurt him? Sun setting on the avenue, everyone walks by. They live their life under cover, being blind. What are they blind to? Then, of course, this repeats again, the outro here. So how does this all relate? Never get old. Well, the first verse is pretty obvious and straightforward, I would say. Then this verse, this young man, he says, is the only thing that can never do harm. In the third verse, everyone is walking and living under a cover of being blind, not being exposed to things, not being exposed to the possibility of hurt. They're sheltering themselves, perhaps. This young woman is drinking, listening to rock and roll, because the only thing that never gets old. Perhaps she's afraid of youth fleeting. He's afraid of harm. And everyone is just blinding themselves to the truth. And perhaps because of the verse cited here, maybe if they put their faith somewhere, they wouldn't have to worry about being harmed. And they could last eternal. Something like that. Something like that. I don't know. I think it sounds pretty good. I think I'm on the right track. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. I appreciate you, as always, joining me here. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that you enjoyed the music and the reaction itself. Thank you so much. Please slide on back in tomorrow, and I will see you all then. Bye.